Hi, and welcome back to our second segment of Life Changing Solutions Live with our guest, Donnell Hyland. Welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you. Looking forward to this next segment.
So am I. And what we were talking about, I just kind of want to continue the conversation that we were having earlier, and we were talking about Trainer Designs Global, or as I like to call it, TDG. It's just a little easier. So how did that come to be?
Well, it originally came to be in 2002. Like I mentioned earlier, I was committed to doing this work as a career and needed somebody to mentor me as a trainer. So I went to Dr. Ray Blanchard, who had been coming to North Carolina to conduct the trainings, and I said, I want you to be my mentor. And he said, well, I'm very open to that, but first we need a group. So we created the first group, the first Academy of Trainers, Trainer Forum, and that was in 2002. And since that time, there's continued to be demand for people being trained. People want to do this work, and they want to make the impact in their communities that they know will be sustainable and lasting. So we, about 5 years ago now, turned it into a business so that we could, and when I say we, I mean Dr. Ray and Betty Sproul and myself, created Trainer Designs Global to meet the demand and also allow us to do some further work with people in interning and community development projects. Yeah. So that's how that happened. It's always been because it's been called for, and we stay true to that.
And also, I want to take the moment to acknowledge you, because again, as we spoke earlier, it's as a result of your transformational journey, and as you moving along, you saw the need for this, and you took the initiative. So this is also just another result of the work that we call it. And so I really would like to take a minute to acknowledge you, because honestly, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for your idea. So I'm your ripple. So thank you for that.
Well, thank you. And it's a mutual, definitely mutual. Yeah.
And one of the things that I also appreciated from Trainers Design Global, or TDG, is the professionalism, the integrity. Unfortunately, this industry has been saturated by so many people that, I think they mean well, but with, this school, or this academy, as you called it, we're not only taught the mechanics of training and the foundations and different things. It's an incredible program. But it's also, I personally appreciate the integrity in which all three of you handle it. And Ray was actually a guest last week or 2 weeks ago, and Betty. So collectively, there's 100 years of experience here. It's not a fly by night kind of school. So I really, like I said, I appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we really are committed to that. When people take a transformational training, they're serious about their lives. They're there because they're either feeling called to a higher possibility for themselves, or they're there to make some significant changes. And when we have trainers working with people, we want to make sure that trainer, they've got their mind straight and their heart straight, so to speak. That they're there in a space of service, and they know what the training is and what it isn't, and how to work with the multiple dynamics that are always going to be a part of a public audience, or an audience in any domain, really, corporate or education or whatever industry somebody might be working in. So we take it very seriously, and that's not to say that we don't have a great time when we do what we do, but we're working not only with the mechanics, as you said, but also the foundations of the work itself, as well as the person's overall presence and beingness. We want to make sure they don't have themselves in the way, so to speak. Their own agendas and attachments. Those things can really get in the way of people. So we work really hard at that.
Thank you for that. So there's two primary programs ran out of Trainer Designs Global?
That's right. We have we have a 5-day intensive called Leading Edge Training and Speaking, and that is for people who they are either always making presentations, or they know they have some ideas for trainings that they want to develop, or they want to be a great public speaker. So we work on everything from training design to stage presence and your ability to engage and connect with your audience authentically, to how to brand and market yourself as a professional in this industry. So it really is an intensive in that way. We get a lot done in those 5 days.
Yeah, again, as a student of this work, absolutely it is intensive. Definitely fun. That's the thing, the days just go by. That was, for me, the biggest learning was learning how to design my own work. That was really important for me because I have taken other trainings where I've been given a manual and they're like, I'm suddenly now the facilitator of this training. But this gives me the opportunity to really have my own ideas, my own passions and visions, and put it all into a manual so that I can develop, my training. And so that was one of the biggest things for me.
Yeah, that's, a lot of people have wonderful ideas and are called to serve. I mean, that's the biggest thing for us. Whether somebody's working in a corporate space or education or community work, there's a reason that the idea has been put in your mind and on your heart. And we're about having that idea turn into something concrete that you can really create a profession out of. And that's the most exciting part for us, is to see you right now doing your work. That's what just lights all three of us up. Absolutely. That's what we're about.
And I love the sense of community because, so absolutely, and I do see it in your faces when you see us, doing something and living in our passion and in our vision. But it gives us the opportunity, like next week, I'll be going out and supporting you and supporting the next generation of students in the Let's program. And so it's just something that, you're never alone in this. And that's another thing that I really value. But speaking of next week, if somebody is there still time? Is there still room to be able to enroll for that?
There is. Yeah, we have a few spaces open, and we're really excited about the group that has come together. And we'd love to add a few more people. We have a few more spots. So if somebody is interested, they can go to our website and click on Request an Interview, and we'll get them going, get them into the next steps right away.
Okay, and the website is, we'll have it on the screen, but...
Yeah, it's www.trainerdesignsglobal.com.
Okay, and so if they click for an interview, what happens? Just kind of give us a quick explanation of what happens during that interview.
It's more of a discovery or possibility conversation. We'll talk about really what their, what's on their heart, what their goals are, where they want to see themselves professionally, ideas that they have for their career development, and we'll talk about how the course would and maybe in some cases would not support that, so they can see if it's a fit. It's really an opportunity to see if this is a good fit, and get all their questions answered about what we do and how we work with them and what they can expect to walk out the door with when they leave the 5 days.
Awesome. And again, with that integrity, it's just if I and I appreciate the fact that there is this conversation beforehand where, you make sure that it is going to work for both parties and you're not just taking somebody's money to just come and take a class. Our time is about to run out, but let me just let the audience know that you can also contact me on my personal Facebook page, Angie Torres, or you can go to Life Changing Solutions. And if you need any more information on Trainers Design Global or how to get a hold of Donnell, I'd be more than happy to be able to facilitate that. Thank you again, Donnell, for being here. And actually, I'll be seeing you next week in Florida.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's been the delight, and I look forward to more.
All right, thank you. Bye.